Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is your daily tarot energy reading for Thursday, August 17th, 2017. You guys see this surrender card here? How many of you guys are really starting to experience this Mercury retrograde? I don't want to speak too soon, but I'm feeling pretty good about this Mercury retrograde cycle. I definitely got hit with it pretty bad about 2 days ago. Had some huge situation blow up all of a sudden out of nowhere. Once I finally got to the other side of it, I realized that the situation actually pushed me into this place where I was able to kind of go back and reassess something and actually make more of a plan. And it just helped me be more organized in an area of my life that I had been kind of neglecting for a while. So yeah, it actually ended up being a really good thing, and now I'm feeling much better, and it helped me set some new goals. So just realize that if there's some contrast appearing for you today, because I am kind of seeing that, it's like we're feeling very sensitive and our bodies are very drained, we're tired, we're very emotionally and physically on edge today. So these cards are basically like, yeah, you're on edge today. Everyone's probably on edge today. Today you're going to want to watch out. Just be very gentle with people around you. People around you might be expecting a lot from you today. They might be asking for a lot. Other people who might not be able to personally manage and balance their own energy and their own emotions might be extremely needy today. I'm still learning how to balance my emotions and my energy, and I'm recovering from not being able to do that very well. That's like the only way I can say it, like, to put it nicely. I feel like awakening and becoming conscious is all about learning how to just basically be a more decent person, learning how to balance and hold that love and that light and bring it to people around you, instead of walking around and bringing people your drama and gossiping and complaining and putting more darkness and stuff out into this world, you know, hatred and anger and stuff like that. Instead of letting that stuff consume you, it's, you know, consciousness and awareness is processing those emotions and in healthy ways, and accepting your human nature, you know, accepting the fact that sometimes you are going to be a bit overwhelmed, you are going to be worried, you are going to have these things come up, but ultimately being able to find ways that work for you personally in order to help balance these things, so that you can continue to flow in the harmony and the rhythm of your life, so you can continue to grow and expand and you know, make changes and head in the direction of your greatest good and become your greatest version. You know, that's kind of what this is all about. I was stuck for so long in my life, just not moving forward in this area. You know, I didn't know how to shield myself and how to ground these energies and these emotions that come through. And those of us who are empaths, we feel things on such a deep level. You know, our sensitivity is a gift, and it's part of what makes us all such amazing artists and writers and speakers and all that, but it can also really trip us up when we let these things take us down, and it can lead to depressions and anxieties, which I know I struggle with at times. So a huge message today is saying, like, remember this side of yourself, remember this nature that you have. It's part of being human. You are going to get overwhelmed at times. The people around you will be overwhelmed at times, but you have to remember to have these personal boundaries in order to protect yourself. You know, that's something I've been learning a lot, is about boundaries. Sometimes boundaries is just not talking about certain subjects with people. Sometimes it's about deciding that you're not going to let anyone else's vibe or mood affect yours. You know, sometimes it's just about avoiding certain people and places, not going to places you know you'll be tempted at to go back into old patterns or habits. You know, maybe you're in recovery from some type of substance abuse. You know, it's like not going around the people and places that will tempt you in that way. Maybe you've cut some people out of your life You know, you might need to block and not follow them on social media because you don't want to be judging and putting those vibes out there, you know. I'm getting a lot of messages about people letting go of things. It's really funny. I tried to do this reading a couple minutes ago, but I decided to delete it because it went on to like 20 minutes, and I was like, whoa, a 20-minute reading for just one day, that's a bit much. And I decided to do the reading again, but I lost the cards that I pulled from this deck. I must have just like absent-mindedly put them back in the deck. So I drew 2 more cards. The first 3 cards I originally drew was it was like the death card, and then the endurance card, and then the stay grounded card. So it's just basically, you guys, it's Mercury retrograde. Things are coming up from a past lives. Things are coming up from the past from this life. We're being presented with things we have to let go of. Some people are gonna have to like quit their job. You know, some people are gonna have to walk away from relationships. A lot of people are gonna have to walk away from relationships. A lot of times relationships can be the number one thing that stunt your growth. Sometimes there's certain people in your life that just don't respect these boundaries, you know? And I'm feeling that for you guys. I also feel like when it comes to like moving, because I've been doing a lot of predictions about moving, sometimes you're just in a place that's not supporting your growth anymore. It's just the whole vibe of the place and like the lifestyle, it's just not working for you. Maybe what you want in your life right now is something different, and a new energy and a new place will bring different opportunities for you. So you might be really worried. You might be really panicked because these are some big changes that are coming into your life. Maybe you don't even know what these changes are yet, but you feel the energy around you. And right now, you're just trying to stay balanced in the midst of this. I feel like a lot of you guys are doing a really good job. But this surrender card says, to be honest, if you keep fighting and worrying about it, the situation will get worse. So what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear that, when you see this surrender card? They're saying if you keep fighting and worrying about it, the situation's gonna get worse, you know? A lot of times when you hold a situation in your mind and you worry and you focus on it, it's hard for that situation to gather momentum to move into a different stage. You know what I'm saying? Because everything's energy. When you're holding this situation in your mind and putting more fear and more chaos and worry energy into something, ultimately what's for you is for you, and everything's gonna unfold, but it can make things backfire for you. The situation can get worse. A lot of times when you're worried about something and you don't know how to solve it and you don't know what to do, the best thing you can do is just surrendering. And surrendering is when you let go and you open to the infinite solutions that are available to you at all times, because there truly are infinite solutions available to you at all times, and you have the power to command that. You have the power to generate another solution and stay open. You can be creative, you know? They're saying stay expectant and practice patience. The answer will come, and overall it will be a humbling experience and a gentle reminder that there's nothing to fear and you were always provided for. Do you guys know how I ended up making this card and adding it to my personal deck? Obviously, I've been through many situations where I've had to surrender. And I think that it's really powerful when you learn how to do this and you learn how to command your universe. You learn how to command your life and realize that you're the master creator of your life. You're the one who's in control. And when it feels like you're out of control, sometimes it's because you're supposed to. Sometimes it's because you're supposed to let go of control because there's something greater at work here. There's a larger rhythm for your life. There's a bigger plan at hand. Excuse me. It doesn't matter if you know what this plan is or who God is or who's really in control. It doesn't really matter what you believe. This is just a fact. You might look back on your life and see that there's certain people that came into your life that you know changed it, and you know, like, if you hadn't met that person, then you wouldn't be the person you are today. And it's like a gift, and it's something beautiful. It's a miracle. It's a synchronicity, you know? There might have been something that happened to you in the past that was really positive, that you're very thankful for, you know, a chance. Maybe you inherited a bunch of money, you know, and it's helped you start your business and help you start your life. Maybe you ended up moving somewhere that changed your life for the better. I'm talking about moves. You know, maybe something really negative happened, but it actually ended up being the catalyst to help you become the person you are now. So what I'm trying to say is everything happens for a reason. And those of you who are skeptics, I don't think that you'd be watching my tarot YouTube channel if you were skeptical. But if you are, a lot of times, and if you're feeling skeptical, you're going to be brought to this place of surrender. And it can be really hard to get out of your own way and to get out of your ego and to trust in the unfolding of your life. But a lot of times that's what these Mercury retrograde cycles are about. They're about getting you to the next level of unfoldment and like trusting and surrender. I love this card, you guys. I got it for today. It's saying that today is ultimately going to be a really fun day. You might actually meet someone. You might connect with your significant other or your partner on a whole other level today, because we're all united through this common struggle. We're all united through this common struggle of Mercury retrograde. Ultimately, after you surrender, it is kind of blissful, because now that you're not spending all your time obsessing over what your fears are and what you're worried about, then you can finally get back into the creative mode, and you start to feel a lot more free. And this is the ecstasy card, so yeah, it's totally ecstasy after you surrender. Usually shortly after then, you're gonna get the answer that you've been looking for. You might actually find out that the situation in question was actually something really positive and in your best interest. It's just you were projecting like old fears and old worries onto the situation. Sometimes I can be so stupid, you guys. Seriously. I know you guys can be too, you know. Something will happen, it'll appear one way, I'll jump to conclusions, I'll freak out, I'll waste all this time that I'm supposed to be spending focusing on my goals and, you know, my work and my soul mission and my life purpose. I spend all that time worrying and obsessing and freaking out and overthinking, and then I realized that the majority of it was really in my head. It was just a projection from the past, and all is well, and things really are working out. And sometimes contrast just happens, and sometimes when you're changing and when life is kind of trying to get you to the next level, old things fall away, and that can be a little messy, you know. Death and loss can be hard, but ultimately we're making way for the next level of life, for something new. It's all a cycle. Everything's a cycle here on this earth. Just look at nature. You know, this is a time where there's all these old dead leaves are drying up and falling out, and the nutrients that were going to the leaves are now going back to the plant because it's preparing for new growth. So that's kind of what's happening with us right now. You know, certain things are falling away. We're preserving those nutrients and that energy. We're not leeching all this energy out everywhere. We need our energy for us. We need to bring it back to the core. We got to come back within and get stronger, because we're going to grow in even bigger ways, We're expanding, you guys. That's what we're here to do. So I hope that this message helps you guys for today. Really powerful day, really powerful energy. It's positive, you guys. It's positive. You just need to remember this word here. Remember surrender. When this situation comes, you'll know exactly what to do. Surrender. All right? Peace out.